Welcome back, kind kids, and that's what you are. We ended up with K for kind in the alphabet yesterday, and I hope you had a chance to treat somebody kind since then. Let's take on 6 more letters and see what we learn. What comes after K? What about L, M, and N, and O, P, and Q? And did you know that Q can stand for quite? And that reminds me that you are quite a person. The reason I know it is so is because God is your creator and God does not make junk. God has special plans for your life. He really does. He wants you to help make this world a better world by the life you live, and I believe you will. Are you ready for the story of crossing the Red Sea, Part 2? Now, let's look at the situation once again. The Red Sea is in front of the Israelites, and they can't swim across. The mountain ranges are on the left side and on the right side, and they can't climb over them. The Egyptians, with all their chariots and horses, are very close behind them. Things are not looking good for God's people. But what important part did I leave out? That's right. The angel of the Lord and the pillar of fire that was in front of the Israelites moved and went behind them. God was now between his people and their enemies, and that's why Moses said they should not be afraid. The pillar of fire in the sky gave light to God's people all night, but the darkness was on the Egyptians, and they could not come any closer. During this time, Moses raised his hand over the Red Sea, and God sent a strong wind that blew all night. By the time morning came, the waters had separated, and there was a dry path all the way across the Red Sea from one side to the other. The Israelites walked across on dry ground and were soon safe on the other side. What about the Egyptians? What did they do? Believe it or not, they tried to get to the other side with all their horses and chariots. But God would not let that happen. The walls of water came back together and destroyed them all. Not one of them was saved. Now here's a very important part of today's Bible story. The Bible says, "And Israel saw that great work which the Lord did upon the Egyptians, and the people feared the Lord, and they believed the Lord and his servant Moses." Boys and girls, we also can believe the Lord, for we are always safe when he is on our side. I have really enjoyed sharing the story of crossing the Red Sea. Please return tomorrow for a special message or a special story for all boys and girls. See you then.